Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to IXION episode 5. We're gonna go right to Fargo 39 because another event has been completed. The Rat was down here on Fargo 39 to do some discovery. During the return to the Rat, a strong wind swept away a crew member not following the Dolos safety protocols. The rest of the crew have returned with mission data. Great. That means the ship is coming back with what, 3 members? Yeah. Lovely. So we're going to have to get this guy back and make sure that they get a full crew. Because at this rate, it's, well, not stellar. Is there anything I can do to upgrade that science ship, by any chance? Because I believe that there are various upgrades for those ships. Upgrades, let's see. Designed instruction, spaceship construction increased by 10%. So I can speed it up. But everything else requires me to get to tier 3. Tech tier 3 is required to unlock, and I also have to do the storage-based stockpile. Okay, storage-based stockpile, let's have a look. Is that affordable with 76 science? They can store 10% more. Right. Vertical parking, 1 more transporter, that's handy. It's gonna ship stuff around faster, if only I had resources. Structural reconfiguration, they can hold 20% more. With medium, they can hold 300. And with large, they can even hold 600. But that's going to require that I research everything preceding it, plus Tech 3. Speaking of research, I could go for this, but I still don't really consider it a priority. It's not really going to help me stay alive. I'm going to go for the crop farm, because this is going to get me food, but this is probably going to be the first step to get there. The fusion station, transforming ice into water, and I do have a bunch of ice. If I can turn 15 ice into 40 water, that means that with 60, I can turn it into about 160 water and change. And there's still more to be had. There is more science that I can also grab in the system, and that should allow me to get the other research done as well. So there's 15 science here on Mac, and that's just picking it up. There could be more out there. And yeah, there should be... Oh, you're coming home damaged? Yeah, I guess. There should be more science events coming up as well. So let's speed this up. I have told my cargo ship to start prioritizing the acquisition of asteroids containing carbon. I still very much want to up my production of polymers from 0 to anything else. So in order to do that, this is going to have to get mined. So we got the ship on the move. And where's my cargo ship at? There's probably nothing else to pick up, is there? There's just a whole bunch to mine, but not to pick up. So yeah, having another cargo ship and another miner, maybe 2 cargo ships is probably the way to go. The autonomy on these things is really quite good. They can survive for about 19 cycles, I think 20 cycles in total. And as they have done a lot of work for me already, it has leveled up to tier 2. I don't exactly know what sort of bonuses that gives you. Maybe it's going to make it more... it's going to extract resources faster, or its longevity is better, its autonomy, I'm not sure. Anyway, the Rat is done. We're going to set the Rat into harm's way in Mach R. I hope it'll survive. If not, well, we'll learn. We'll learn something. That this weather... space weather is quite dangerous. As for the interior, our alloy stockpiles are actually not doing that awful, which is progress. And ideally, with that little stockpile that I have, yeah, it's all in here. Is there any room to put that building that I've been meaning to build here? No. Sadly not without destroying something else. I could remove the polymer refinery, but the polymer refinery is something I kind of need. Simply because this is going to turn the carbon into polymer, so probably best not to mess this thing up. I can still dethaw more crew, but I really don't want to. So we're going to have to try and keep these people cryoed for now. Look at that, there's still 86 in there and 100 in there, so I essentially have lots more people ready to go. I just don't really know what to do with them. This one. taking 14 power. I'm going to turn that offline. This is going to take... Oh, this is only going to take 5. Excellent. So we're going to go from 5 carbon to 5 polymers. That's a 1-to-1 transfer ratio, and I really like that. It's going to come in from there. No, we got 2 of those, actually. It's going to come in from here, and it's going to turn it into that. Excellent. I do need to up my food production. That's kind of critical. Alright, factories. We have the fusion station. It's going to cost me 60 alloys, 2 electronics, and a bunch of power. It's also going to produce waste. Eventually it's going to turn that water into food once I research the next tier. So let's get to work on that. Research the crop farm. Off you go. I don't know what a large quantity of food is. A large amount? I'm not sure what the game considers that. Anyway, let's have a look into Mac-R. Probe sensors detected traces of a Dolos EKP signature near Mac-R. Tracking its trajectory, it appears to have entered the planet's atmosphere. Coordinates of a potential crash site have been established. The planet's surface temperature is extremely low. Reaching the crash site, the Reds team found the remains of a science ship frozen in ice. Okay. I can thaw it out using the Rats' fuel cells. I can drill through the ice and investigate the wreck using a bore scope. These guys are really well prepared. They got everything. Or I can set up an excavation site. The Rats team will temporarily set up an infrastructure that will support component recovery. Well, that could be interesting. I have a very, very small surplus of alloy. It's really not that much. Let's do it. Let's set up the excavation. My transport's going to bring over the materials. It's going to take 4 cycles. And hopefully this is going to yield me something good, because I could use a break. Then again, I'm not too optimistic about this game giving me a break. Alright, let's make sure that the fleet is not just mining carbon. I also wanted to mine iron. Because at this rate, especially if I expend resources like that, it's going to cost me. Let's see, we got... no, we got an okay amount of carbon here. It's not great, but it'll do the trick. How much do I need to turn this thing back online? 14. It's going to push me over my limit. Lovely. What I can start to work on once that's done is another cargo ship, just to pick stuff up faster. So yeah, let's set that as one and this as the next. We're just... Oh, there we go. There's iron to collect. Excellent. That's what I want. I do not think I need a second science ship. Because we seem to be doing okay when it comes to science. There we go. More carbon coming in. Why can we only house 15 carbon? It can hold 33. There's probably not more to be had. Now, something else I want to work on is the next tier of solar panels. It's going to cost me 10, which I have. Yes. I would like additional solar panels so I can bring that additional dock online. And with that, all the ships. So, seeing as I have 29 polymers, let's make sure this thing goes online. There we go, it's been completed. We can turn this thing back online. Drop off the polymers here, please. So that we can complete the construction of this facility.
A new request awaits your attention.
Administrator, with the discovery of the Etamnunki's attack on the Protagoras, many of the crew's theories about the UN's animosity towards Dolos have been confirmed. The crew has been shaken, learning that they were struck with the seal of banishment by the former authorities of Earth. This will increase the prevalence of Dead Earth sickness in Tiqqun. Ugh. People, you guys are so...
Trust in your leadership is falling.
Yeah. No, it's falling really, really quickly.
A violent strike has started on board the Tiqqun.
Oh, and now they're striking as well?
An accident has occurred.
And there's accidents. No, fantastic. Look, people, at this rate, we're all going to die. If you stop trusting me, that's fine. But that means that in 10 cycles, we're going to have a massive revolt aboard the Tiqqun. And everybody is going to have to fend for themselves. How you go about that is entirely up to you. Please don't fuck it up. Summary. All usable components from the wreckage have been conditioned and prepared for extraction. The Rats team was able to recover data that revealed the cause of the science ship's crash. Named the Ammerplace, this ship belonged to the second generation Taurus-class superstructure called the Protagoras. Following some sort of attack by the Etzemnanki, the UN ship, the Ammerplace attempted an emergency landing on Mach R. Coming in too fast, it was almost completely vaporized on impact. The crew manifest has been recovered. So I got a tech upgrade for that, for the workshop, and I got 45 polymers and 45 science, so spending just a little bit of alloy was worth it. That is really, really handy. Transmission.
Administrator, we have collected and analyzed enough data to locate the Protagoras on the planetary system map via probe scan.
Well, that's great. I just don't have any probes available. Build me a probe. And I'm going to have to prioritize stability over everything else now. Because at this rate, we're going to have a revolt in 9 cycles. So, everything has to go into the production of alloys. Making sure that I can afford that building in the first place. Stability. Something fairly cheap would be ideal. This temporarily addresses ongoing crises. I am all for it. Let's go. Put this over here. This is now a high priority. I need 35 alloys, which I do not have. And what are my ships doing? Where are my ships at? You're currently retrieving resources from carbon. No, you're not. Don't care about the carbon. Yeah, you can get that. But you can get this first. You can get that later. We need alloys now. And there's a lot of iron to be had there. You're coming home to get more fuel. That's perfect. Is our new ship ready? No, it isn't, because we're not balancing alloys. Polymers here. Okay, one thing at a time. Polymers. Transfer some polymers to this sector, allowing for the construction of this thing. So I'll take like 20 here and 20 in sector 2. Go on. I need 20. Yep, start transferring. Excellent. I need those ships online. Especially the cargo ship. Okay, that one's funded. Hull integrity is also dropping because I don't have enough alloys to repair the place. Yeah, I think I'm going to be in a death spiral. I think this could be it. I can scrap this building. It's going to give me a bunch of alloys for now, because I simply cannot use the building. I probably built this too early. That will allow for some hull repair. And maybe I can just set up the DLS center over here. It's not the best place, but at least I can now afford it. And if I can somehow appease the crew, that would also be a big bonus. Yeah, set it up there. It's only going to cost 35, it's not that much. Let's see what this thing does. Go on. Build it. Hull integrity is coming back. Trust is falling to 22%, 17%. People, build this thing. Maximum priority.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Oh really? What do you want now? Administrator, trust fell below 33%. Crew members who support your directives, and therefore, by extension those of Dolos, are in the minority within the Tiqqun. According to Munchie behavioral predictions, if trust continues to fall, the crew will most likely seek to harm your physical integrity, aka kill you. As for your symbolic integrity, the crew have already identified many nicknames for you. We're going to fix this. Just trust me. That's basically all I can say at this point. We're -4. Holy shit. Everybody's pissed. Oh, we're -2 now. That's not as bad as it once was. Go on. Give me alloys in Sector 2. Now, please. Oh, you cannot store them anymore. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Go. Go, 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 go. Yeah, I essentially need a lot more than that. Okay. Pause. Specializations. I can specialize a sector. And... oh, we got no DLS there. Well, actually, I can afford that. That potentially might fix it. I can give one policy every 15 cycles. Okay. So I can set propaganda to intense and give me 2 stability. I can give it intense work hours or support it. I need more workers. I can say we're going to dispose of the corpses or we're just going to recycle them. Cryopod awakening. Oh, people really don't like that. Piled up. No. Yeah, we're going to go for intense propaganda. Yeah, it's time to tell the masses all about what a good ruler I mean administrator I am. Well, we're still -2. It's not as bad as it once was, because we're still... yeah. Okay. Give me a DLSS here as well. Or DLS. There.
A violent strike has started on board.
Violent strike? Really? Sector stability is low enough. For a prolonged period of time, your workers will go on strike. Crew will stop working and buildings will close for the duration of the strike. Look. You're gonna end my game, but you're gonna end your life. So, you be the judge of how you want to play this, right? If you guys want to strike en masse and see to it that the ship doesn't get repaired, I might lose the game, but you're all going to die. So, you decide exactly what you want to do. It is really that simple. Is this thing doing anything useful? Fleet? Oh god, it isn't doing anything useful. Oh, get out there and take care of business. Just pick up whatever you can. Now, with the probe, apparently I can now locate that ship. So we're looking for a POI. And it appears to be somewhere over here. Yes. Lovely site. Might not be the best site for any of my ships to go, but... well, it might look like this thing is safe, this thing is not. So, it may not be all bad. Trust is -1 over 5%. Oh, people trust me. Come on. Build this shit. Intense propaganda, yes. Trust, -0.7. If you could all do your jobs... oh, they're striking in the stockpile, so no iron is getting delivered here, even if we do get it. Look at that. Oh, no. Oh, no. There are no other policies that I can enact. They're pissed off from the death of Earth. I can get that. I cannot change it. They're pissed from leaving home behind. They wanted to leave. They're pissed from discovering the fate of the Protagoras, which got shot at. And -3 from having more 5% of the population starving. Yeah, no, if you don't go on strike, maybe you wouldn't be starving. This is really on all of us. Oh, and this is probably also not very helpful. If I'm able to quickly build a house, maybe that's gonna satisfy them a little bit. I mean, at this point I'll take anything to see to my prolonged existence in this game. Whatever. This sector is going to get cleaned up later. Build this. High priority. We should have just enough alloys, but we're going to sacrifice the production of... well, not the production, the repair of the ship. Although in 2 cycles it's pretty much an academic issue. Come on. Come on. How much does this affect my stability? I got homelessness everywhere, so it doesn't strictly solve my issues. Nor quickly. Uh-oh. Administrator, due to your continued indifference to the problems of the Tycoon's crew, stockpiles have been looted. Look, I am doing what I can here. Minus 3.5, we're done. We're so fucked. Yeah. The crew's trust in you has plummeted. Fortunately, Nyacon's client protocols provide an emergency provision. Within the station, there's a Dolos security agent who has been offered better food portions and work hours. Their role includes the responsibility to incriminate themselves should there ever be the need to ameliorate your mistakes. Oh, this sounds awful. I mean, the guy signed up for it, or girl, it's their job. But I messed up. I should take the blame, not them. It's just that I cannot pick that. Restore the crew's trust. Yeah, I'm working on it. Kind of. How much is stability recovering from not having a home? All the food's here? What? Why is the food not getting balanced? Go on. I don't know, make it 10 and 10. Just get some food to Sector 1, because that's probably a massive stability issue. Oh, quickly purge the waste, please. Because I really need that stuff. I need this building. Because the iron is now coming in, the alloys are not. Whoa, they're happy? Holy crap. These guys are neutral. I got no food.
An accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
Lovely. Somebody slipped on the docking bay. Okay, so I'm not dead yet. If it is possible to build a crop farm, then I can probably get large amounts of food, whatever that means. And it looks like this building doesn't even take up that much room. But I will also need... Where is it? The fusion. That's 60 alloys. Two electronics. It's not great, but it'll have to do. And power. I have... Holy crap, that's big. Yeah, we'll just fit you in over there. So this is going to need 60 alloys and 2 electronics. That means I'm also going to have to get electronics stored somewhere. Like there. Electronics. Oh, look at this. There's iron over here. But we're not actually using it. Transfer iron, please, from here to there. There's 33 here. Yeah, we're still making this stuff, but if I can upgrade production here, I would love that. Power's reduced by 2. That's not what I need! I need faster production. Hull integrity's going up. Trust is going up. We're getting a whole 3 food. Look at that. Okay, this is now our new priority. Any research that can save me? Housing, well, maybe. Minimal quality accommodation. At this point, I don't really care, so long as everybody has a bed. Provides 2 stability when the stability is below 0. It's basically a cop station. Fire station. We haven't had any fires yet, so let's not provoke anybody. Converts 2 waste into 1 food. No, we're already doing food. I cannot upgrade that. I don't have any upgrades for this. Any upgrades for the research lab? Increases the production of science from 3 units every 5 cycles. That's quite good. Considering it used to be every... what, 1? Provides 1 science, I think? It provided almost nothing. Anyway, back to the system map. The Protagoras has been located. Rat, off you go. Find out what the hell happened there. Find out. Wow, lots of people are dying from injuries. Well, in a Machiavellian way, it's actually a good thing. Hear me out, because it's going to mean that people don't... or that I don't need to feed as many people. Yeah, it's that dark. Administrator, Sector 1 has 100 cryonic pods in storage. Stanford Icon Protocols tells us that if our improvised operation to safeguard humanity is to succeed, the Tiqqun will need as many crew members as possible. Moreover, welcoming new colleagues aboard will have a positive effect on the morale of the crew. No, it really won't, because they don't have a place to live. Pledge to awaken 100 chronic pods within 24 cycles, or we will address this in time. I'm going to address this in time. That time is not now. That time is absolutely not now. This needs to get built. So please, transfer over some alloys, if you will. Because I would very much like some. The minimum is like set... yeah, fine. Set the minimum to 20, just transfer over whatever we have, because we need to get this thing online at some point. Otherwise, it's never going to save our food production.
You can implement a new policy.
Oh yeah. I can implement a new policy. They're not happy anymore. Sorry, they're not unhappy. Okay. Food. I can say restricted. It's going to reduce my stability, but one food feeds 16 people, or 10, or 7. As if I have enough food. I do not. How many workers do I have in Sector 1? 231 are required, 225 are available, so I do need a few more. How about here? If I can ship a couple of workers across, I can probably institute this policy, the working hours one, which will give me stability. It's not stellar, but every bit of stability helps. Although the crew is happy right now. This is also when the waste facility is going to come in useful, the waste plant. But I can't quite afford that right now. This thing is still working. Okay. Tell me, rats, what have you found? Our probe has succeeded in locating the Protagoras. Visuals reveal that the Dolos station is encased in ice. It is not transmitting any signals. The Rats team says, we're holding position next to the Protagoras. Its hull has been ripped open and its exterior systems are severely damaged. Although the outer superstructure appears to be more advanced, its similarities to the Tiqqun are striking. To access the station's main computer systems and retrieve the full coordinates, we must first break through the ice and get on board. Well, get to it then. Seeing as I don't have any other options, you might as well. How are we doing with resources? There's 162 iron to collect. There's a bunch of iron to collect here. So, based on the amount of resources that we currently have available in the system, there should not be any shortage of iron right now. There's still a bunch of iron to mine and a lot of ice. Even hydrogen, which I haven't even discovered a use for yet. Trust is ever so slowly increasing, but not that much. They need me to have more than 50% in 12 cycles. Yes. I doubt that's going to work out very well. We're still losing 0.4 food every 5 cycles. This is pretty bad. We're just breaking even. But really not more than that. How much are we repairing the hull for? 43 from active airlocks. I'm gonna have to turn this off for a bit. Just to save up enough resources here to build the fusion station. New policy can be set in Sector 2. Alright. Stability -3. No, thank you. No, maintain as is. 30 for 60. 32, 33, 35. Very good. In Dolos we trust. You sure about that? Because it's going so well so far. Okay. Come on. The hull integrity is not great, but it's holding. I can turn this thing back on soon enough.
Happy New Year, Administrator.
Happy New Year. Oh, it's been 365 cycles. Well, Happy New Year, I guess. Alright, Protagoras. Half a cycle, and we get more information. We get into the Protagoras, that is. What happened to you, and where are we going next?
Team has completed a task.
We have entered the Protagoras. There are signs of past conflict and floating corpses everywhere. We found numerous cryopods, probably from emergency crew evacuation procedures. Many of the station's sectors are depressurized and heavily damaged. Almost all areas show signs of looting. We've managed to run diagnostic routines by connecting to one of the station's terminals. Following Dolos confidentiality protocols, the mission report on the Protagoras status has been encrypted and can be analyzed via the tech lab. Okay, so I need to research that. The only thing I can do now is just leave. I get 60 research, and I get 950 cryopods available for pickup. Where do you expect me to house all of these people, let alone feed them? Oh no.
Trust in your leadership is falling.
Oh no, we're starving again. This is potentially a fairly healthy option. Food production is increased by 10%. So I get 1.1 food after one cycle. Oh. How much does one of these things cost? Because if I can just scrap the previous building, 20. Oh, we're almost there. If I can scrap these things and just pour everything into the fusion station and to its adjoining building, the crop farm, maybe I can make this work. We're just gonna place this down here quickly. High priority. Okay, the fusion station is getting built. This thing is storing... No, it's not storing anything. It's under construction. Okay. I need you to store ice, I suppose? This starving situation is getting pretty desperate. What I might be able to implement, and it's not going to be popular, is restricted food. But it will cost me yet another stability. The irony is that by doing that, I might reduce the stability debuff from the amount of food that I currently don't have. So let's go for it. It sucks, but if this way we're not going to be having as many issues. Yeah, look at that. It's going to have a -3 from having more than 5% starving. It will go to neutral, which hopefully will mean that the trust will stabilize. If only a little bit. Okay. Building's not connected to an active pile stockpile. Okay, fine. High prio this. And I need to start balancing ice. So, Sector 2 and Sector 1. This is going to have all of it. Hello? You cannot actively store anything because it hasn't been built yet. There's so much iron stacked here. Okay. Anyway, we still have another project that we need to research. which is the stuff that we got from the Protagoras. Here. Go. 19 for 30. This thing isn't doing anything because we're not actually storing any ice. Oh, and I also need to start repairing the hull again. Come on. One more. All I need. Just the one. Thank you. Built this. There was also some upgrade. The Stanford initiative. Workshops now repair automatically building. Oh, that's nice. And I also got this, I think. It's faster construction in general. Well, it's progress. Okay, so here's your ice. We should now be able to maximize this.
A new request awaits your attention.
Okay, request first. Fix this. Fix this.
An accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
Okay, transmission.
Administrator, analysis of the Protagoras has been completed. Frozen, mostly depressurized and out of power, the Protagoras has suffered critical internal and external damage. Sectors 3 and 4 do remain sealed and pressurized. Signs of looting are present throughout the structure, with reports indicating that UN forces attacked, wiping out whatever resistance had been present. They have destroyed and gutted the infrastructure required to generate goal jump coordinates. The devices containing the coordinates of Remus have been taken by the Etamanenki. We have received a message from the PA of the Protagoras, Valhalla.
Go on.
Administrator, part of me remembers you. I am glad to see you and your crew are still alive. And to be carrying IXION, what an achievement. My mind is going. I can feel it. The Protagoras, designed to be an ark for what remained of mankind, was attacked by the UN's superstructure, the Etamanenki. Before my last electric breath, I have launched decryonization protocols. With only 2 sectors left, the surplus population will be transferred to the Tiqqun. Please help the Protagoras. I have programmed a delayed data transfer that will send across the Etamanenki's self-similar signature once you have guaranteed the integrity of this structure. They plan to reach Remus. Follow their Vol signature, and you will find our new home. What you will do once you reach your destination is only up to you. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light, and many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
No pressure.
Administrator, new mission objectives have been set. To receive the Etamanenki signature, we will need to free the Protagoras from the ice.
What?
Perform critical repairs. Provide resources to support their crew. And via a connection to the Tiqqun, reboot the core systems of the Protagoras.
Are you insane? Do I look like I have that amount of resources available anywhere? Repair the superstructure, provide resources, mine the ice trapping the Protagoras, research retractable telescopic pole technology. Holy shit, dude. I have a lot of stuff to do. Thank you very much. Okay. So this thing, this farm that I've built, it's going to allow me to harvest these fields. These things. I'm not sure why the other one's built in an alternative orientation, but whatever. One of these yields me 1 food per cycle. So that's pretty good. But I need to live long enough to make that work. These things get me 1 food per cycle. These things get me 1 food per cycle per field. So eventually I'm going to have to turn over the insect farms into this. Because this is going to give me more. They do not cost me as much in alloys, but they cost me a little bit more in power. And they turn, well, they take water. I have some water, not that much. But I do believe I have quite a bit of water stored. So I should be good for a while. Okay, show me the map. 100... What? What? They need 100 alloys and 60 polymers? And they need 100 alloys and 100 food? What the hell? How? No. Oh, there's also 950. Yeah, no. Fuck me. How do they expect me to get all this stuff? Oh, and I also need to mine the ice from here. That's the easiest thing. Holy shit. Okay. How much does this take in workers? Just the 4. This takes 8. Okay, dismantle this one. Maybe I could put the fields there. I'm not sure if they have to be connected or not. Please say no, because then I can just build 2 of them there. Ah, they gotta be connected. Oh. Due to your continued indifference to the problems of the Tycoon's crew, a radicalized group has caused explosions and fires to break out in several buildings within this station. Yeah, that sounds like a fantastic idea aboard a spaceship. Set fire and use explosives. On your head be it. Because it didn't accept this quest, was it? Oh, man. Okay. Is it possible to get another one of those steel mills going? Because I feel that I don't produce enough alloys. Not fast enough, anyway. For what I'm trying to do. Okay, first I'm going to build another 2 fields here. It's going to take an okay amount of alloys, and eventually it'll get me food. Or I can harvest it now, which means I get less. So if you're in a pinch, you can do this. That's a nice option to have. Oh, stop starving. At least they're neutral. That's good. How are we doing for water? Oh, yeah, no, lovely. Is there any way for me to build additional solar panels without everybody dying? I need 16. Yeah, fine. Do it. Make it work somehow. Take this offline. Just make sure that we get more power. We need more juice aboard this ship. There we go. Done. I can turn this thing back online. I guess I just gotta take it a bit slower. Because at this rate, it's not necessarily going that badly. Yes, hull integrity could do with a bit more touch-up. Trust needs to get re-established. Trust was decaying quickly because I didn't have enough food. And now I do. Because I believe that now... Yeah, there we go. We're positive for food. And I'm not sure if it's taking this into account just yet. It might not. We do need extra working hours here. We also need extra workers here. Let's see if I can fix the homelessness here. I should be able to scrap one of these. So scrap this. Yes. And I want to build another field here. I hope I am going to continue to have enough water. If not, I'm going to be in trouble later. New policy. Anything useful?
A new request awaits your attention.
Another request. Okay, fine. Give me a minute. Okay, so let's see what other policy might be useful. I'm still going for stability. I need to boost that. I think the only thing that I can try and do is reduce the work hours. But I already have a shortage of workers. Getting food back to 0 means we're going to have a lot more food requirements per worker. Or per, well, per, what do you call that? People. Per person. So for now, I don't really see any need to do any of that. Anything else happening in here? No, I'm not going to do that. Screw that. Not yet, anyway. I first want to try and manage my own ship. Rats. See if you can find something useful out there. And do not build another probe. Do not build another probe. I have an okay, more than okay amount of iron here. I'm not sure why it's not getting transferred though. Why is the iron not being moved across? Oh, because it's not set as a requirement there. That's the deal. Yeah, okay. So it should start getting pumped across right now. It is set. Yeah. But, oh, we don't have a, right. We don't have a stockpile for it, so it's probably not getting taken from here. That would make sense. Maintenance, give me a stockpile. Do it there. This is gonna house iron. Because I'm not sure if the iron is actually being used. We got 11 there, but it's not really enough. So in that case, it might be beneficial to tell this particular transport not to bring in any ice. Because I don't need it in the other sector, I just need it in sector 2. That's going to take the ice, turn it into water. This thing does not need to pick up iron. It does not need to pick up carbon. Polymers are always nice, because I can easily transfer those across. Yeah, I think this might make a little bit more sense. Okay, working conditions are optimal. I don't have a shortage of workers. That's a plus. Okay. Let's see. Can we fix the population housing issue? It's gonna do like 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna build this one first, and we'll see how it goes from there. We're gonna build a road like there. Because that means I could finally fix the homelessness here. Pause construction on that. Just a placeholder at this point. Look at that. Now the iron's getting transferred across from sector 2 to 1. And we got another point of interest here. Roktadansky, D79. There's 30 science to be had. Rat. What? No, you're not investigating an event. Oh, really? You're gonna make me do this thing first? Oh, boy. Yeah, they're gonna make me do this thing first. No, that's lovely.
Has occurred in the Tiqqun.
Sometimes I think my crew's just so clumsy. They drop everything, they mess everything up. What? Stop looting stockpiles. People, seriously. Stop messing everything up, thank you very kindly. Anyway, do I want another smelter over here? If I can move the carbon production across, that means I might have a bit more room in this whole sector to start transferring stuff, so I can get another smelter. That means I can bring in iron directly here, and bring in carbon directly there to turn that into polymers. So let's scrap this building, and we're going to set it back up here. Now, this farm, I dare not touch. And the area up here I'm going to keep open for potentially another docking bay. Although at this point, I don't know if I strictly need one. Cancel that. How am I going to go about this? How much room do I need for that carbon polymer refinery? Quite a lot. Okay. Let's just put that in line there. This is going to go here. This is not ideal, but I had to store this temporarily. Let's set up some more crew quarters here then. Oh, those are 3x3 and the others are 4x4s. Why is everything a different size? Why do you have to be like this? Why are you being difficult? At least Sector 1 does not have homelessness anymore. Sector 2 does. Not ideal, but it's what we have to work with. This thing requires 30 workers, so they do need a lot. I can reduce power by 2. I don't really find that worth it. Let's go for cell housing. Let's just see if that's going to eventually do something useful. It sucks that the rat cannot get here. I would really like it if the rat could just move from its current position over at the Protagoras and go there to investigate this, because it's just stuck. And that means in order to go after that second objective, I need to have a second science ship. Which is another investment of what, 20 polymers? Ish. Sorry. This docking bay. 25 polymers. Whatever, I need the science. Let's go. Build that science ship and let's get it out of there. The Professor. See, that makes a lot more sense than having a ship called the Rat. Over here we do need additional workers. I think that slowly but steadily we can start working on getting the cryonics back online. And start getting additional workers to Sector 2. Because... What? Fix that. Because right now the amount of workers here is understaffed. By 14 at the moment. But that might go up. Okay, we have an additional science ship ready. The Professor. The Professor is going to go to that Rokat and Dansky D79. And we're going to vacuum up that 30 science that's there and potentially more. All integrity looking good. Food's looking really good. Which is rather unusual to say. What? Here. The novelty of eating crops grown in space delights the crew. Even if purely perceptual, the turning of the ordinary into the extraordinary can have a profound effect on judgment, elevating the otherwise humble to the sublime. So everybody's happy? Trust bonus 10%! Thank you! That's awesome. That is really, really good. Okay, this thing is coming online next. Perfect. We're going to do a bit of construction here. It's going to house another 30 crew. It's limited quality accommodation. I can house up to 40 crew? Really? That's not bad. You can even have smart homes. Capacity of housing increased by 60%. So I need to research this. In a hurry. Because that would very quickly solve most housing issues. It just means that this is not something that I can really do. You cannot cancel it either. Okay, fine. Has the Professor arrived? No.
Warning. A sector is being overworked.
Yeah, this one. We definitely need more workers here. And we have a ton of workers here, so we're going to migrate over 20 from 1 to 2. any crew. Well, ideally workers, right? Because I need a bunch more workers. Only workers. Go. That means that the housing issue here is going to deteriorate.
Population transfer complete.
Okay. 67 now. But we're getting better at managing the workload here. Okay, these things are now priorities.
Has arrived at its destination.
I'm going to have to empty this one. Let's see, you're... This ice doesn't need to be here. This can be iron. This carbon doesn't need to be here. This carbon can go somewhere over there. I just need to wait until this thing gets emptied. No, emptied. It's the other way. I don't want any iron in Sector 2, thank you. I need this to be emptied. I need this to be brought here. And then I can set this up to be carbon. I basically don't want any carbon here, and I don't want any iron here. It's really that simple. Okay, you've been unassigned, you've been unassigned. I've got a lot of stockpiles here sitting around doing nothing. Dismantle that. Food production. Look at that. We're getting 9.6 surplus per cycle? Holy crap. That's a lot. We're not getting enough water per cycle, though. Let's prioritize the bringing in of water. So that means we're going to de-prio everything else. Because I really need ice. And there is ice to be picked up. So what's the Hringhorni doing? Where is it? There you go. Collecting ice. Perfect. Over here, what do we have? Our probe has detected an unusual electromagnetic signal around the comet Rokandansky Delta 79. Professor team reporting. We've landed on D79. The icy comet is barren, but its rotation causes shadows to dance across its surface quite beautifully. Flurries of snow move erratically around the comet, perhaps because of the abnormally high gravity. The signal appears to be transmitting from a cave. A glacial mass blocks its entrance. We wait further instructions. Of course they want to blast. I can tell them to use explosives to clear a path. It seems like explosions are the answer to everything in this game. I can set up a temporary study center for 25. I can establish a whole infrastructure for 50. Or I can just leave. You know what? We're going to invest big. You. Send it over there. Just start it. Lots of resource to collect there. Lots of ice. Excellent. Let's see if we can get that operational. Housing here is still 47 short. We got 19 science. Science has been complete on the cell housing. That sounds pretty bad. Holy shit. That's massive. How much does that house? 125? Wow, that's a lot. And it takes up almost no space. But you basically got a bed in the wall and that's it. Doesn't sound like very accommodating crew accommodations to me, really. So I'm going to upgrade these. I'm going to research the optimized crew quarters and see if that will focus or, well, allow us to do a bit more. Alright guys, I think we're in a pretty good place. I'm happy with where we are right now. I hope you guys are too. If you have any suggestions, by all means, let me know down below in the comments. But please note that I do record these things in batches. And that means that your advice, as useful as it will be, might not make it into the next episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I'm really enjoying all the exploration and the mood swings, if you will, from going to almost 0 trust to full, or at least to 67%. And I thought I've been a goner quite a few times, but so far, just clawed back from the brink time and time again. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon for the next one.